Ooh boy, we got some comics. Howdy, howdy, I'm American Texan, and I love comic books, specifically reading comics, enjoying the medium, the art, the storytelling, the monthly continuation of a story. I'm a sucker for classic floppies, as you'll see here. And we're here to talk about the stories. Other channels will talk about the drama and the stupid things creators say. We're here to enjoy the stories within. So if that's you, if that's what you want to nerd out about, you are in the right place. It is New Comic Book Day, April 1st, but this pull box that I had today is no joke. We've got quite a few books, quite a few from DC, quite a few from indies, just a couple from Marvel, but then I also got a few trades that I'm excited to share and a couple of collectibles that are comic related that I'm very excited to share. One of them was a total surprise, got it for a great price. I can't wait to share it with you. And at any point, if you like what I say in the video, like the video, subscribe for more comic book content, and let's get into what I got this week at the comic shop, starting with Comics, the magazine, number 2. I enjoyed number 1. I didn't read every page, but I read probably 70% of it. I think it's pretty cool, and for $3, yeah, I'll throw in and see a pretty cool interview, I guess in this case, with Battle Beast. And then as far as Marvel, I got 2 books. One of them's kind of I hope it's a book that I'm just going to buy once and never have to think about buying again. But that's not this one. This one is Captain Marvel Dark Past number 1. I typically don't get the J. Scott Campbell variants, but this one, come on, it was the best looking one out of all the covers. All the covers were great, but I thought this one was going to sell out of the shelf. I think this one's going to be in demand for a while. So if I don't like the series, this one should get me my money back. So I'm excited to read that though, because it does have, was it Jenkins? Who's the original, who's the writer on this one? I'll have to try to remember. Yeah. Paul Jenkins. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I didn't want to say it wrong for the video. But yeah, Paul Jenkins returning, and I'm excited to see the story that he has to write for Captain Marvel. I enjoyed the Sentry that he just wrote, way more than I thought he would. So I knew he was a good writer, but he still got the chops. So I'm excited to check that out. A little bit of a joke, April Day's Fool, maybe a joke on me, but I'm going to buy it. I'm going to hang it on my wall maybe. We've got Venom number 236. Is that 236? 256, excuse me. Supposedly, if you read the spoilers, there's something in here that we've been thinking about. I wouldn't say we've been asking it, but something we've been thinking about. And so if you know what it is, I don't know. We'll see. I'm literally going to open up, see if it happens. And if it doesn't, I'm going to throw this book away. But if it does, hey, it's a keepsake to just remember the turmoil that we went through as Marvel fans. Moving on to DC, I thought I had more books, but I've got 3 books from DC. And again, kind of an April Fool's-y type joke. We've got Mad About DC. This is written, I don't know if it's by the Mad team or not, but I believe Chip Zdarsky is running the show on this one. And if you saw the Hush cover, I think it was hilarious. The Hush cover, if I can pull up the cover here, it had a really fantastic self-referential joke about DC. It was Hush 2, and it said something. What did it say? It said featuring 0 jokes about Hush being late. Not even a drawing of Jim Lee saying, "What? Me hurry?" That's our mad guarantee. I really like that. Hush, silent but deadly. I like that cover. But I went with this one because I think it's just a really good classic comic book cover. So I hope I'll get some laughs out of it. I'm hopeful because I think if anyone can poke fun at comics, Chip Zdarsky's actually done a really good job, both with the Z magazine and the public domain comic that he did independently for a while. I enjoyed that one. We also got Adventures of Superman, Book of L. I'm still catching up on this one with the trades, reading War World Saga from PKJ. This is kind of wrapping up that storytelling, so I'm still kind of catching up on that one, so this will sit on the shelf for a little bit. So I guess the main book I'm reading from DC this week is World's Finest number 50. Very excited for this one. I am enjoying World's Finest. I jumped in around somewhere in the mid-30s and have enjoyed every issue. And so we've got the 50th here. Pretty cool little Dan Mora cover as well. So I'm excited to see what that is. It does say it's an oversized issue, but it looks kind of like a normal sized issue to me. But yeah, thankfully, just a few big twos to read this week because I'm still catching up on Big Two from the last couple weeks. I had some family stuff come up. A lot of things are going on that have just been interrupting life. And of course, free time is the first time to go. So I am still catching up. I'm going to be honest, this may be the only video I get out this week, especially with the Easter weekend, but your subscription still means the world to me. Lets me know that you want to see more comic content. I will do my best to get out some Let's Talk comic videos. Okay. Speaking of, let's take a look at the indies that came out this week. That's a fat stack. And so here are my indie reads for the week. It's actually thinner than I thought it would be. We've got 6 issues of indies, starting with Ghost Machine #1, the official guidebook. I heard they snuck in some first appearances in this, so for collectors, this is something to get. I was very tempted to get a B or C cover. All the covers in this were just beautiful, but I gotta back my man Gary Frank with this, so I got the A cover on that, learn a little bit more about the world of the Unnamed Universe. And then we've got Kilroy was here or is here. This is a book that I want to get more into. Joe Pruitt has really grown on me as a writer. This is a special one-shot, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up, and I won't read it right away, and I will show you why in a minute. Then we've got The Autumn Kingdom, The Wraithbound Queen, #3. Just an absolute great fantasy read. Features 2 daughters that are trying to rescue their parents from a fantasy world that their father was an author of. You know, it's that kind of tropey thing, but it's really well written. That she's got like a heavy stone sword, and it gets lighter when enemies or danger are nearby. So it's a really cool fantasy read. And then we've got Underworld returning from Mad Cave Studios. This is Exit City. Not my favorite. Revolution 9 was awesome, but I'd say this was my second favorite Underworld book, and so I was very surprised to see this is returning, so glad to see that in my pull box. I think it was a fun read. The twist did come in the first arc around issue 2 or 3. It did surprise me, so it was a nice twist, but I guess because it was a miniseries, they didn't want to keep it dragging along. Which respect, right? Compared to the opposite. Then we got Speed Racer #7. David Pepos does not miss with this one. One of my favorite series going on right now. I can't say too much about it. And then wrapping it up with Savage Sword of Conan #13. I'll be traveling this weekend, but I hope to be able to read this one. If I don't get to it, it's because really honestly because I couldn't travel with it. But these are all great stories here. And this art, Alex Horley, one of my favorite artists, especially with Conan. Love that. So that's it for the floppies that I got this week. Honestly, not too much, but I got a few trades to share with. Starting with one that I'm curious about. I think some people would just flat out say, "How dare you get this book? It's going to be dumb." Look, it might, but that's the great thing about these compact comics is for $10, I'm willing to take the risk. You know what? I bought the compact comic of Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. I was interested to read the story, but I didn't want to spend $20 on the trade. So the fact that they had a $10 one was great, and I didn't not enjoy it as much as I thought it was. In fact, the more I think about it, even though I think the execution could have been better, it actually wasn't a bad story. So I read the new Batwoman #1, and the people in League of Comic Geeks were all saying in the reviews, I wish I knew more about the setup and the character and the family that she's dealing with. So this, I think, introduces all that. So this is also by Greg Rucka, Woman Elegy, compact comic. And again, for $10, like I'll take a risk on that. And while I travel, it's just a great travel book to read in the plane or on the car or anywhere else. Then we've also got this big bad boy here, DC's finest, Justice League of America, Starro the Conqueror. Big old book here. This is my Apocalypse book. It's going to stay on the shelf and just, if I want to read it, it'll be there. If not, it'll be there when the world ends and there's nothing else to do. And speaking of Joe Pruitt, we've got the omnibus or compendium or trade. I don't know what you want to call this. It's thicker than a trade of Kilroy is here. And this one, get this, signed by Joe Pruitt. This is courtesy of my LCS owner. She saw that this Kilroy is here, single issue, one-shot issue was coming, and she said, I think I got some Joe Pruitt stuff in the warehouse. And she pulled this out. Apparently she is colleagues with Joe Pruitt, and so she's got a few of his signed books. She pulled this one out, and for cover price with his signature, hello, that's a no-brainer. I snagged that up. So I'm excited to learn more about the character and see some of the short stories that are in here to get to know him a little bit more before I read that one shot. But that's not all. I've also got some really cool consignment finds. My shop does live shows throughout the week where they sell things that are in the warehouse. And last week they had it was charity stream. I think it was comics. It was either comics for kids or comics for soldiers. One of those two. I mean, there's only so many comic book charities, right? But she was selling books, and whatever funds were raised, I think they were consignment books, but instead of her taking her consignment fee, she donated it as charity. And I think she even got the donor to take less of a consignment fee on that as well. So it was basically a 50-50 split. 50% of the book that you bought went to the consigner, and then 50% or consignee, I don't know, whatever it is, whoever owned the book. And then 50% instead of going to the store went to charity. So it was pretty cool. So I got a few books I wouldn't normally get. Actually, I got a couple books I absolutely would get. And I'll start with those. This is Badger. A few Badger issues. This is Badger, the Zen Pop Funny Animal version, issue 2. And then... or no, issue 1 of 2. I don't know where issue 2 is. I don't know if I got issue 2, but we got issue 1. And then we got Badger Shattered Mirror. This is actually printed by Dark Horse, not Antarctic Comics or First Comics, Capital Comics, whoever did Badger for the longest time. So this is interesting. This is my first Dark Horse Badger book. This guy's wild. This guy's crazy. He's a lot of fun. So when I see Badger, I pick it up. And of course, when it's for charity, I pick it up without hesitating. Couple other books, a few singles that I wouldn't normally get, but I do collect Gwenpool trading cards. So I decided, hey, why not get a Gwenpool comic to go with it? This is the Unbelievable Gwenpool #1. I don't think this is her first appearance or first issue. It's just another start of a miniseries, but hey, again, for charity, let's do it. And then a couple of amalgam books here, or I guess crossover books. I am trying to collect all the amalgam singles. So this one is Doctor Strange Fate, combining Doctor Strange and Dr. Fate. So that's a great one. And then this one, I got it, but I guess I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I don't know if anyone wants it, but I got Darkseid versus Galactus the Hunger. This is the Versus crossover, and I actually have the omnibus of it. I was fortunate enough to get the Marvel versus DC omnibus, so I do have this in omnibus form. It's why I'm getting the amalgam singles, because I missed out on that omnibus. So this one, I might read it, I don't know, but since I know I have it in omnibus and I'm going to want a rest of them, I'm not sure if I want to keep this one or if I want to sell it or give it to someone. So let me know if you'd be interested in it. Maybe I'll run it for a giveaway. But the biggest thing I'm excited for that I got at the charity stream, I think it was a charity stream. You know what? Now that I think about it, I think this was from a different consignment sale. No, that's what it was. It was from one of the conventions. Was it C2E2 or Comics Pro? I don't remember. Jonathan Hickman is coming out with a new series. I guess he's released from his Marvel only contract because he's releasing a new series with Dark Horse called The Foundations. This is a poster of it, and it is signed by Mr. Jonathan Hickman, and Nick Spencer signed it as well. So you got Jonathan Hickman's signature there. You got Nick Spencer's signature here. So a signed, I don't know if I call it a poster. It's 8.5 by 11. It's letter size, I guess. But signed by the writer and the artist. I think that's really cool. And it was $25. Like, I'm not going to pass that up. So I actually had it sitting on my desk very carefully, and I finally got this frame. So I'm going to figure out where to put this. But yeah, The Foundations, I'm super excited for this. I'm excited to see Jonathan Hickman get off the reins or leash or, get his balls back from Marvel, and let's see what he can do with the indies. I'm excited for it. Jonathan Hickman, home runs with indies, so I'm excited for that. And lastly, to close out the episode or the weekly show, whatever you want to call this, the video, I like to go over the pure indies that come in the mail. These are the books that are Kickstarters, crowdfunded, or just bought straight from the creator, skipping the LCS, skipping the ordering, the diamond system, or whatever it is now, Penguin and whoever else. This is going straight, almost direct to consumer, I guess. And so we've got a few here. One that's been actually sitting, and I totally forgot that I had it, but I don't think I shared it. Flip City. Speaking of the week that Mad Magazine does a DC book, Flip City's been doing parodies for quite a few years now, and they are like an independent magazine. And so they did these cards here. So this is Flip City's Parodies Special Edition. More laughs, more goofs, and more gags. And it's like Legends of Lore. It's a set of 12 cards. I honestly don't remember what's in the cards, but as a fan of Flip City, it's a nice little accessory to have. So I got that came in. And then this is a cute little book. This creator, I remember, did an interview with John's Longbox. Cunningham. Was it Emily Cunningham? L.A. Cunningham. This is Demon Potatoes. And it's a little like folded comic book. Like it's almost like she makes them in-house. It's almost something you'd buy on Etsy. And it's adorable. It's a little comic book about evil potatoes. So that's adorable there. And it's really funny. The back says, boil them, mash them, don't let them kill you. And so came with a couple of stickers here of the different kinds of potatoes. And then this is hilarious. Came with a little pocket guidebook to potatoes, and so you can open it up and see like mashed potatoes, potato chip, French fries, and it's just little illustrations. But then there's the demon potato. And so it's a little cute little thing. It was like $15-20, I don't know, and it's definitely a passion of love. I got a real cute laugh out of it, and I'll just flip through it and read it. So this is like a nice little thing to get, and I think you can get it on demand. So if you want to get a copy for yourself, support an indie artist, I think that's pretty cool. A big book that I'm excited for because, man, this kid is going places. We've got Phenomenova issue 3, and it looks like we're finally getting the team together. I think the Phenomenova team. There are some more popular covers, but this is the one that I'm excited to have displayed if I want to. It also comes with some trading cards. I'm excited to have that. I would love to have a full Phenomenova trading card set. So this is issue 3. I was a little cool on issue 2 because it felt more like an issue 1.5. But this one, thickness-wise, story-wise, I think from the solicit, this is going to be a banger issue. I'm excited for this one. A couple more things that came in. I was like looking forward to this one. I'm actually excited now because I got the digital books and I was flipping through the digital PDFs that you get with this order, and I thought this book was even better than I thought it was. And this is T-Bird and Throttle. I got volume 1, which is the first 4 or 5 issues, as well as their latest issue, which I believe is number 6. If I was a better YouTuber, I'd have this out of the bag already. And it does come with some more trading cards. I'm a sucker for indie trading cards. So here we go, T-Bird and Throttle versus the Ape Men. That's a super thick book. Is there 2 issues in here? That's a super thick book. I don't know if you can see that, but that is a thick book right there. So I'm excited for that one. Excited to get into this universe. Josh Howard, I think it is. Yeah, I'm excited to see more about this because the art is really nice on the inside. It's a little bit of a style that's outside of my usual liking, but because of that, it's fresh, it's unique, it's fun, it's exciting, and the characters themselves, just from reading a few pages on the digital, are pretty cool characters. So I'm excited to read more about those. One more thing to share with you, and it's another collectible, and this is the arrival of Rippaverse's Primeval Isom, and this thing is so cool. I'm not a huge action figure guy. I've got the Junkyard Joe behind me, but we've got Isom here. The coloring on this is way better than the statue that I have right there behind me. The statue behind me, the orange is off. This one is more like I picture it from the comic book. Comes with all different ways to style him and get him posed into the way that you want it to. So I'm excited for that one. I have another box coming, so I'll open this one, and the other one I'll keep stored and maybe on display just as the box itself. And then it also comes with a unique special edition Dokumon card, which I'm excited for. It's a nice touch and explains a little bit more about Isom's powers, which were a mystery in the first Dokumon card. This one spells it out a little bit more, so I'm excited to have this in hand. Actually came in a couple weeks ago. I just now got around to opening it. So there you have it, a fantastic week for comics, some great reads to have over the Easter weekend. Thank you guys for watching and sharing this hobby with me. Thank you guys for sticking with me. Life's been really busy with some family health issues, but I'm going to try to do my best to at least make it to the comic shop every Wednesday. That's what a Wednesday warrior is. Are you a Wednesday warrior? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what you're reading and what I should be looking out for. Again, your time and attention mean the world to me, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Adios.